Hey everybody, what is going on? My name is Raven. Welcome back to the channel. Today's another Charmed theory. Now this one's more about Leo than the Charmed ones themselves. So if you are a Piper and Leo fan like I am, do not bite my head off. Do not yell at me. This is just a theory I'm finding on the internet. And again, the link will be somewhere in the description. So be on the lookout for that. Now, this theory for today is about Leo Wyatt being an evil pawn to spy on the Charmed ones. Now, this theory goes to talk about how Leo would have never died in World War II because he was already an immortal. Charmed ones have been foreseen since the 17th century, so there are bound to be evil organizations keeping watch for them. Now, they're saying that Leo could have been a warlock or a demon meant to penetrate the Whitelighter ranks to keep an eye out for them. How does Underworld get so much freaking information on the Charmed ones? Zenku alone knew them in and out. Someone had to be feeding them information. For example, in Season 1, we do see Leo doing some pretty un-Whitelighter things, like telekinesis, when hiding the tiara in the thermodynamic abilities, like when he heated up Phoebe's tea that one time. But he never uses these abilities again. Maybe because he doesn't want the sisters to know he has more in his power arsenal than a basic Whitelighter. So that would definitely make sense. We never see those powers again. It would make sense to show Phoebe his thermal power, as she was a newbie witch at the time and knew nothing about Whitelighters or warlocks or anything of that matter. And blinded by the Whitelighter, we also see that it's possible for evil beings to steal Whitelighter's powers and identity. What if Leo was in World War II waiting for a future Whitelighter to fall and take their place, or perhaps waiting for a real Whitelighter to come help their supposed friends? Rick and Nathan, do you remember them from Saving Private Leo? To go back. What if he wasn't going to rescue a fallen soldier, but to actually go and steal the Whitelighter powers he was after in the first place? Leo mentioned that he'd been watching the sisters since they were born, and that one time he passed Piper and Prue on the street before they were charmed. Flashback and pre-witched. Let's face it, that was very creepy. So what was the plan? And let's talk about some other key points here that kind of go with this theory. Leo is the only Whitelighter that we know of that doesn't follow the rules. He doesn't like wearing the Whitelighter robes, saying his jeans are more comfortable. He shamelessly flirts with Phoebe and Piper when he meets them, which is very not like a Whitelighter. He gives his sisters far too much attention. He's a Whitelighter with probably like 10 to 50 other charges, yet he chooses to constantly be around and even move in with the sisters. They do deserve special attention being the Charmed ones, but that is a bit weird. It's a little bit fishy. Okay? And another one is he chose to become an avatar. He readily accepted denying his Whitelighter side to obtain untold power to become a paragon of neutrality where no one could put him in check. Also, with as much as he knows about all the general knowledge about witches, Whitelighters, demons, and all this years of spying on the girls, he doesn't really give them very good, helpful information till the very last moment it's needed. He's literally watching the girls fight demons, and the moment it gets too rough, all of a sudden he has a bit more information that might help, or gets called from the elders. What if those calls aren't really calls? What if he's actually getting called from the underworld to report back, or just making the calls up to get out of there and see how things play out? He can't die. Even as a mortal, it was impossible to kill Leo. He was hit by a car meant to kill him and still survived, for crying out loud. So, no one normally can escape the angel of death, but somehow Leo can. That is definitely something we need to consider. Lastly, we need to talk about the children, and specifically more along the lines of White and Chris. It is saying that they are hardly angels, being that they're only half Whitelighters, supposedly. Chris is so troubled in the head that it's easy to conceive the fact that he has evil in his blood somewhere. We all know Wyatt does, as there is an entire timeline of Wyatt becoming evil. Also, Wyatt and Chris both have telekinesis, a power that Leo used in Season 1. However, where did those powers come from? Technically, they could have gotten the telekinesis from Piper's side of the family, being that they're all witches. But what if it's Leo's hidden warlock heritage that grants the boys their powers? So, that is definitely a very interesting theory. Again, I'm going to link in the description. If you do go to the site in the description, it is number 2. You can go ahead and have a read all about it. I kind of skipped a little bit about it. I could also mention that when Leo met Cole, do you remember that? He shook Cole's hand and we see Cole withdraw his hand with orb residue on it. That can't be a mistake. If the theory is true, that could have been Leo signaling to Balthazar that he was supposed to be their Whitelighter, sort of play cool, I'm on your side kind of deal. But that doesn't make sense because Balthazar, aka Cole, kind of made a comment about how gross Whitelighters are. So I think that part there, so I didn't originally want to mention it. I kind of feel like that kind of kicks the theory in the butt a little bit because he was like, oh, Whitelighters are so messy, and only a real Whitelighter could have the Whitelighter orbs. Again, unless a demon or a warlock stole a Whitelighter's abilities. Would that also mean that they could steal that messiness of a Whitelighter when they touch a demon's hands? What do you all think? Is this something you all could see being true? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you could do me the huge favor of subscribing and hitting that notification bell, it tells you every single time I upload, which is basically every single day of the week. And I do a lot of different types of content for you guys, whether it be charm theories like this video today, or I do video games, or talk about how to save the world and other things. Go ahead and watch my playlist, see what you like, and I'll see you all in the next video, whatever it may be that you like. Bye! I am going to add something really quickly to the end of this video here. If you guys did like it, of course, hit the like button. I do want to say one thing about Leo in general. Obviously, I don't think that if he was actually a demon or a warlock, he would have helped the girls keep their powers. He wouldn't have healed the Book of Shadows. He wouldn't have done all these things. He would have never healed the girls. He would have just done the bare minimum, saying, he would have acted more demonic, I think. Now, that does not mean necessarily that the theory discussed today is right or wrong. It is just the fact that I don't think it's necessarily true. Although, of course, everyone has evil tendencies, like I did mention. However, I do not think that this theory holds much. Yes, him having telekinetic powers is questionable. Most Whitelighters do not have that power, so where did he get that from? Maybe his genetic line when he was alive and human was part demon. Who knows? If you guys do think that that could be a possibility, let me know also in the comment section down below. I'll see you all next time.